Most people wake up every morning feeling already behind. You spend your day in a state of high activity, answering emails, checking lists, and moving from task to task until you're drained. But when you look at your life today compared to 6 months ago, the trajectory hasn't shifted. You are exhausted, yet stationary. We tell ourselves that this fatigue is proof of effort. But if the thoughts in your head and the habits in your day are the same ones you had last year, you haven't actually moved. You've just been vibrating in place. This state has a specific name. It's not a lack of time or a lack of resources. It's stalling. When your brain burns energy through overthinking or minor busy work, it releases the same signals of completion it would if you had actually finished something difficult. Your body feels the weight of a long day, and it uses that physical tiredness to validate the fact that nothing of substance changed. This creates a cycle where you feel productive right up until the moment you realize you have no results to show for it. It is a loop of motion without direction. We maintain this loop through fake action, the process of doing everything surrounding the work without ever touching the work itself. You research the best software. You watch 4 hours of tutorials. You refine your calendar. By staying in the planning phase, you feel the momentum of a new start while entirely bypassing the friction of execution. Every time you finish a preparation task, your brain grants you an internal reward. It feels like you've checked a box. This makes the simulation of work feel more rewarding than the messy reality of starting. This layer of activity functions as a barrier. As long as you are getting ready, you don't have to face the possibility of failing at the actual task. We choose the easier, simulated version of progress because the alternative requires us to sit with the discomfort of being a beginner. Real progress is rarely exciting. It usually looks like a series of repetitive, boring tasks that offer no immediate feedback. Because this effort lacks the quick hit of a completed research video or a clean checklist, most people stop the moment the initial novelty wears off. They mistake the lack of excitement for a lack of results. Think about the one thing you've been saying you'll do for months. You likely know the specific email you need to send, the workout you need to finish, or the project you need to open. You can see the task clearly. If you can name the task, you aren't confused. You don't need more clarity. You are simply waiting for the feeling of resistance to go away before you begin, which it never does. We prioritize our current emotional state over our long-term reality. We would rather feel comfortable today than be successful a year from now. We justify this trade by using the word soon. It's the metric we use to push responsibility into a future that doesn't exist. When you tell yourself you'll start when things settle down, you are setting a trap. This justification repeats every Monday, turning days into months. You don't lose your time all at once. You lose it in small increments of not today. Eventually, you look back and find the calendar is empty. The time passed, but the work hasn't been started. If you have the information required to take the first step, you don't need more time. You don't need another video to explain the process. You have enough. Soon is a release valve for the guilt of inaction. It allows you to feel like a person who is going to do the work without ever having to actually be the person doing it. To break this cycle, you have to stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a feeling that follows action. It rarely precedes it. The life you want requires you to work while you feel unready, tired, or doubtful. Waiting for these feelings to change is surrender. The only thing that generates real results is messy action. It's the willingness to produce something flawed and imperfect just to get the gears moving. Moving forward while you are actively resisting the work is the primary difference between a true professional and an amateur. One acts based on a schedule, the other acts based on a mood. Success is the byproduct of forcing movement while the internal resistance is at its highest point. We often talk about natural talent or perfect timing to make our own lack of progress feel like someone else's fault. But the timing is rarely the problem. Look at your current habits and ask if they are moving you toward a goal or just keeping you busy. Are you trying or are you stalling? One of these paths leads to the exact same place you are sitting right now. The other is a jagged, difficult climb that leads to the future you've been describing to people for years. You cannot choose the second path tomorrow. Tomorrow is where the stall lives. The choice is only available in the moment you decide to stop preparing. You need to stop the internal stories, stop the endless cycle of research, and make the only choice left. Start.